And now we're going to move on to auburn or red hair. I don't use this color combination a lot. I like it. I just tend to go for blondes or brunettes, but sometimes you want to vary it a little bit. And the colors I use for my auburn are E19, E18, E17, and E13. They're a nice earthy red with some brown in them, and they look more natural than using just a basic red tone. So I'm going to use my E18 first, which is actually darker than the E19. And I'm not going to use a lot of this again. Mostly just areas. I'm trying to keep this area here, this area, and then just a few highlights on the side, the lightest where the light would be hitting. So I'm just going to take this and go around in areas that I think would be just a tad darker. Probably back here towards the crown. Sorry, I had to get after my dogs because they were wanting to bark again. I'm going to go down her part just a little bit. And again, you can always go back and add more. I like to start out with the littlest that I can, knowing that I can go back. I'm going to use E19 now, which is a little bit of a bolder red, brown. And you can see I'm leaving a few spots open so that the lighter colors can really shine. Now I'm taking E17, which is basically just a little bit lighter version of the E19. I'm going to go in and no. I told you my dogs always like to make an appearance. And then E13 is my lightest. I'm just going to go in and lay this down so I can see where I might want to go back in and put some more color. Okay, so now I'm going to take my E17 again. Oops. And I'm going to go in a few spots because now I can kind of see where I want more color to be added. I want a little bit more of the red on the ends. This is E19, sorry. And then of course I'm going to go back in with my lightest color and just blend that all again. And that would be how I would do my auburn, and then I would probably go in and add a few highlights in a couple areas. So that's auburn. Okay, last but not least, I'm going to finish up and we're going to do light blonde. And for light blonde, I use Y11, Y21, E99, and E97. And the reason I use the E's, these are pretty golden colored E's. They have a lot of, little bit of red and a little bit of yellow in them. And I just like them to add more dimension to my hair. So I'm going to start out with E97. And I want to leave some of these broader white areas for my lightest color, because they would naturally be the lightest part of the hair on this particular image. Some of the images will give you a little bit of a guide as far as where you can add highlights to your hair. Makes it a little easier. I'm just going in and adding a little bit of this. Like I said, this is kind of a nice gold brown. I don't want to add too much because, again, this is for light blonde. I'm just going to go in, darken up these few areas. This is E99, this is the darkest. And I'm adding very minimal amount of this. And then Y21 is my next darkest. And I'm coloring over what I've done and just up a little bit. And then I'm going to take my lightest, which is Y11, and I'm going to fill in, because I'm going to go back in and add more color. But this gives me kind of an idea of where I want to go back in to add my darker tones a little bit more. And Y11 is quite a good light yellow, but it is very yellow, and of course not too many people's hair tends to be bright yellow, so that's why I use the Y21 to tone it down just a little bit. And then I'm going to go back in with E99 and just do these couple ends. I like to use a few different colors on my hair to make it more dimensional. And I'm using a very light hand again. I'm not laying down a ton of color. So that's how I would do light blonde. And so I hope these have been a little bit helpful to you as far as getting different hair colors and varying up your images. And again, if you want any of these colors that were on my color chart that I had done, this is also on my sidebar as a PDF file on my blog. And it has this that you can download, and also the colors listed by hair color. So anyways, I hope you find that helpful. Thanks.